Hello, and welcome back. I'm doing things a little bit differently again this week, changing up the reading style to see how you like it. This week's video is the advice that you, Virgo, need to hear right now for the week of July 4th to July 10th, 2021. I will only be pulling 6 cards. I will still be doing clarifiers, so don't worry about that. I'll make sure that the messaging and the advice is as concise and clear as absolutely possible. This will still be, of course, for Sun, Moon, and rising signs in Virgo should you cross-watch, and these are general readings as always. The advice today may not resonate for you in your situation at this moment, but I will encourage you to watch with an open mind, watch with an open heart, because the advice may come into play, later in the week. Time can be fluid in tarot, so keep that in mind. If you like this new style today, let me know down below so I can bring it back. I love the idea of giving advice. It's practical, it's actionable, it gives us a space to reflect, and this channel is really for you, so please let me know what is working for you, what isn't working for you. If there is a different style of reading you would like to see me do, you can let me know that as well. All right, Virgo, what advice does Virgo need for July 4th until July 10th, 2021? Okay, lots of major arcana coming up here for you, Virgo. The overall energy for the advice this week is the 6 of Cups. Now, where are you living in the past right now, Virgo? That is the question that I have to pose for you. What cycles are you repeating at this point in time? It looks to me like you're trying to break some of these cycles because you're aware that they're happening. But where are you getting stuck right now? Has somebody come back into your sphere recently who you struggle with a jealousy cycle with? Or, are there cycles in your family right now that you're being forced to repeat? Are there cycles in your relationship that you're noticing repeating? Because I see you being stuck in that energy of, this is my story, it's always this way for me, and then really ruminating on it. Like I said, I do think you're aware of the pattern, and I do think you're working. I always have a hair like somewhere in my face. You are working to break it, but you're still stuck in it. You're still living in it. We're living in the past. We're not staying present. So let's keep that in mind as we go through here. The cards that have come up for your advice: Justice, 8 of Pentacles, Temperance, the Devil, and the King of Swords. So again, some major arcana things going on for you here. Universe is really trying to get you to address this problem, address this pattern, address this cycle that you keep going through. I do get the sense that you feel there is some part of your life that is never fair to you, never works out in your favor. It always results in the same outcome. And as a result, it reinforces that perspective that you have. Maybe you feel like you always end up dating that same type of person. Maybe you feel that at work, you're always treated in a certain way. When we create that story for ourselves of, this is just how I am, I always just attract this kind of person, I always just end up in these work cycles that, put me in a bad position, that make me feel uncomfortable. That is not taking ownership for your own role in the cycle, but I do think you are starting to work on that here. With this 8 of Pentacles energy, Virgo, we're seeing you start to address your own role in the problem. Because the cycle becomes a problem for you. It's somewhere that you're getting stuck. We have the Devil coming up here, right? So there is a toxic cycle that you are actively working to break. However, with the Temperance energy here, I do feel as though it's something that you often avoid. This comes up, it surfaces, say you're in a dating scenario, and then it ends in the same way that your last 7 dating scenarios have gone. And you go right back into that victim mindset. Oh, this always works out this way. I'm always the person that gets put in this position. I'm like tired of living in that. I want to change it. I want to be somebody who doesn't have that story anymore. But I don't take action on it. I hope that the next time it'll just work out differently, but I don't change my approach in any way. I procrastinate on it. And that's what we're seeing happening here. But I think that you have a friend, a loved one, somebody in your life that is being direct with you about this right now, and that's forcing you into really looking at your own role. They're saying, Virgo, every time this happens, you go back to this mindset, and I'm tired of seeing that for you. I don't want you to think that your life needs to be that way. You have more control than you recognize. And maybe the problem in part is how you're responding to it, how you're viewing it, how you're viewing yourself as you go through it. Do you need to spend some time actually sitting with that energy and understanding it? Understanding how you can shift your perspective on it, understanding the role that you play in it. Don't continue to allow the cycle to end. This is something that a lot of us have a problem with, when we see these patterns in our lives and we think that they define us in a certain way because they keep happening. But we aren't willing to acknowledge that we can change any one of those cycles by changing how we react to them, how we respond to them, the work that we do following them to ensure that we're not put back in that same scenario. And that's what you're being called to do right now from universe, to put the work in to determine how we will not continue to repeat cycles that are toxic or harmful to us and our psyche. And this is one I think that you deal with ongoing. Maybe it's one you've been dealing with since childhood. We'll take a look at the Six of Cups energy here. Eight of Materials, Page of Materials, and the Wheel. Yes, it feels like something that you think that you're always putting the work into. And I think maybe you start to do the work. You start to address it, but then it's like, I don't want to work on it. Or I don't want to think about it. I don't want to deal with it right now. It's sort of that energy. So I start to take the baby steps forward, but then it never goes anywhere. I never really finish the work, and this cycle continues. And I continue to put myself in this position where I say, life is happening to me, as opposed to I am an active participant in the life that I am creating, the life that I am living. That is the perspective shift we need to work on here, Virgo. In what ways are we being a bystander? In what ways are we saying life happens to me in this way all the time versus I am making the life. I am leading a life that I am creating, and I don't allow these cycles to continue in my life because they are not for my higher good, and actually following through on the work. I think the real issue here, this Temperance energy, this deferring, deflecting, procrastinating, putting the work in, not wanting to work on it because it's hurtful, because we don't want to sit in the energy. We're uncomfortable. Let's look at the Eight of Pentacles here. It's come up twice now. Muse of Materials, the Ten of Voices, and the Muse of Inspiration. In order for you to be able to get empowered here, Virgo, take back your power from whatever this cycle is that continues to perpetuate in your life, we need to work on letting go of some things. We need to learn to let go of that victim mindset, if that's the mindset we tend to have. We need to let go of whatever thought patterns and views we have towards ourselves that allow us to continue to put ourselves in these situations that end up being harmful towards us. I know that it is a journey. There is a lot of work that needs to be done. Always when we're trying to change cycles. What just flew out here? Yeah, Three of Emotions. You have people around you that can help you with this. I think part of it is being willing to open up to admit, I am in this cycle that I can't seem to break. I don't want to be in it anymore. Who can you talk to? Who can inspire you to move out of it? Because I do think, again, we'll look at this King of Swords. There is somebody around you who is being more direct with you. Ooh, the Hierophant just came flying out. Yes, somebody's been trying to counsel you a little bit on this, trying to help you. Is it just one card? Okay. Thought two were stuck together, maybe. Page of Voices and the Tower. Yeah, somebody's come forward and said, Virgo, I cannot continue. Oh, look at the hidden energy too. Four of Emotions. You're very focused on this right now, Virgo, and it is affecting other people in your lives, in your life. And somebody's going to come forward and say, listen, I want to help you break out of this cycle. I see you continuing to perpetuate this same cycle. I want to help you. I want to help you work through it. I would say this person has some level of expertise, some understanding of what it is you're going through, that they can actually help you. It's not just a friend saying, I hate seeing you this way, let me help you get through it. This is somebody who says, I have the skills, I have the abilities, I have the strategies that can help you get through this. And it's going to be a surprise to you. You know, somebody's going to come forward also and say, you know, I've been where you are. I saw myself as a victim in the same ways you're seeing yourself as a victim, Virgo. I want to show you how I got out of that so that you can also get out of it. Again, I think that you're going through a cycle that has been a part of your life for a long time. So it feels like it is a part of your identity in a lot of ways. But let me tell you that you get to dictate your identity. If you don't want to continue these cycles, you can put the work in. Let go of the things that you need to let go of. Shift the mindset, shift your perspective on things. Get aware of, you know, what the red flags are maybe you need to look for in certain situations to keep yourself safe and keep yourself out of them in the future. This is a journey. You have people around you who want to help right now, so lean into them. You don't have to go through this one alone, Virgo. But if there is a pattern in your life that you are tired of repeating, universe is saying, Virgo, now is the time you need to address it. You can't put this off any longer. You can't procrastinate this anymore. We need to focus on moving through this differently, getting to the other side of this so that we can move forward into a life that is on our highest prosperity path, that is in our highest vibration. I hope this is helpful to you. If it was, let me know. Leave me a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with a friend. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see you back here next week.